Well, hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy. We're on December and today is number 13, Magical Creatures. Now I did think that obviously I could do something like this and I could give, you know, a horse, a lion's head or whatever, or I could do something more traditionally sort of nursery rhyme magical creature like a dragon or whatever. But I realised we're working on this page and there's a dragonfly here, and I thought, you know what, dragonflies are pretty magical creatures in their own right. And I remembered that I had this, I think it's Stamperia stencil that's got this large dragonfly on it. So my plan is that we're going to do some painting today. Now bear in mind I am no artist, so it's probably going to be a little bit of a disaster. But rather than, you know, inking through a stencil as we normally do, I'm actually drawing through this one, as you can see. And my plan is to paint it. So just going to quickly draw through this. So we've got our shape. Now of course if you could draw, that would be awesome. I can't. These almost look like bones, these middle bits. So how are you all? What have you all been up to? It's been so long since I saw you. Oh dear. That's the thing, isn't it? When you do something like December, it's an everyday commitment. Takes quite a lot of determination with everything else that's going on, especially this time of year, because everybody is super busy. Right. So, we've got our dragonfly. Okay, that was fairly painless, wasn't it? And I have got, let's move them. I've got my watercolour pencils. I'm going to put them up there. And actually, let's pull it that way. And let's get a palette down. I was going to put water on the lid, but we'll use the palette. I've got an array of paintbrushes and I'm just going to put some water in that well. Now I always think of dragonflies as gold and silver and blue because they've got that almost iridescence to them. So I'm going to start with Spectrum Blue. And I'm going to hold that in there so that's nice and wet. And then I'm going to take my paintbrush, make my paintbrush wet as well. And then I'm just going to pick up the paint off the brush. And I'm going to start with this largest of the wings. And I want real colour near the body, and then I want faded colour to the edge. So dragging the colour out now, like so. And I'm going to be very quiet because I'm going to be concentrating, because this is not something I do every day, so it's not something that comes naturally to me, but I think it's good when you're doing something like this, i.e. you know, the December where you're doing something every day. It's great to challenge yourself a little bit. So now we're going to try and do exactly the same on the other side. So we're going to try and bring dark from the tip to about halfway, and then just drag it out so that it's lighter. Now I can see that this is much more even than that, so I'm going to have to try and match them up now by putting some colour at the back and dragging that forward. Okay, and I've gone much more over the line with that one than I have this one. Hey ho. Right, I'm going to rinse out my brush. I'm going to lay that across so I know where I was, and then I'm going to come for this rich bluey green here, which is Kingfisher blue. And again, I'm going to soak the end of my pencil and wet my brush and go all the way over to, oh, I'm splashing it everywhere, to pick up the paint colour. And again, on the other side. Like that. Does look a bit like kids drawn it, doesn't it? Right, I want a silvery blue, gunmetal, silvery grey. Okay, pick that up, and then I'm going for these little bits. Looks like kids drawing it really, doesn't it? Never mind. Now this one at the top, I'm going to try and blend. So 2 lines of the grey. Like that. And this Kingfisher blue. Across underneath. Okay, now I've got these end ones. I think I'm going to go for this one. Okay. Whoops. For some reason I can't pick the paper up. Right, there we go. Okay. I want to take this dark blue here. This is ultramarine. pick up the colour from there. Now, I wasn't going to paint his body, I was going to use my gold marker, but I carried on down without really thinking about it. So now he's going to have a painted body, even though that wasn't the intention. See? Artistic license in full swing. Okay. And then I'm going to find black. We're going to use the black for his antennae. I've ended up bigger, but it doesn't matter, does it? I love it. It is childlike, but I love it. And then what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some water, and this is probably where I ruin it, but hey ho, I'm going to take some water and try and blend the whole thing together. So that we lose some of that gap from the stencil. And this is where obviously real artists know how to turn their work, you know, their hand rather than their work. Okay, you can see we have drawn some colour in there. So we've now, I mean, you may disagree, but now I don't feel that it looks as childlike as it did. Now I feel it looks a little bit more deliberate. Quite pleased with that. So what I'm going to do now is move all this out of the way. I was going to put my gold marker in there, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm going to go for the original blue that we used. Just do little circles. going to give him a little minute to dry. And then I'm going to do a fussy cut all round him and put him on my page. So I think the fussy cut is going to go like that. And I'm just doing this semi-thinking while I'm giving it a minute to dry. Oh, there's Boo on the move. You can hear something happening. Yeah, I like it. Okay, let's get these scissors out and see if we can cut it without smudging it. Because you don't want to be here all day, do you? And this is 300 gram, 300 GSM card stock. Hello, madam. What do you want? It's nowhere near lunchtime. You can forget that. It's not lunchtime. No, no. No, no. You can probably hear her. She's right next to me. But, Mum... No, darling. It's too early. Later. Oh, you see, look, I smudged that one. That's what happens when you try to rush something. Really annoying, isn't it? But it is what it is. So, that one, for some reason, my scissors left all fluffy. There you go. And there is my dragonfly. I think he's rather cute. Just need to sort this out because he's not supposed to have a square tail, is he? There we go, that's better. Right, here's my page. Here is my page. And I'm thinking that he can... Does want him upside down? That's what I was thinking. Or do we want him... No, I'm going to put him upside down because that one's upside down. It just sort of makes sense. And we've got two of them, haven't we? So, I like that idea. So, I'm going to glue him down. Like So he's now glued to my page. I'm a little bit sad about that, but I don't think there's anything I can really do about it. It is what it is. So I'll stick them down like that. Don't touch it again, Claire. And then I think what I'll do is, let's take the page out because it's a bit lumpy and bumpy. And in order to finish it off, I think I'm going to do a little bit. I haven't got glue here, have I? Right, let me just grab glue. I want to come back the other way, and if I use the oxide, I'm doing it gentle because I don't really want anything but the dragonfly. I can miss the actual dragonfly that's there as if it's underneath. Look at that. And also that's oxide, so we can splatter a little bit of this blue stained water from our paintbrush, and then that oxide should take on a bubbled effect. Yeah, you can see now where it's starting. So I'm just going to go all over the page so it looks a bit more deliberate than just splashing the one butterfly. And there you go. That is my day 12. Is it 12 or is it 13? Oh my goodness. That is my day 13. My day 13 magical creature. As always, a huge thank you for you spending time with me today. Hope you found some joy and inspiration. Didn't laugh too much at my very bad painting and how I went outside the lines. Stay safe, I'll see you soon. Ta-ta for now.